What's up, my name's TcNo-osu here for Troubleshoot and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I've got a rather specific video for you, but if you're someone who plays Osu, this is going to be of incredible use to you. If you're someone who uses their own custom skin with own custom beat sounds in-game, then you can save a huge amount of hard disk space, especially if you have a very large library. Tapping into my game, opening up the options menu, and scrolling over to my skin, you can see that I permanently ignore all beat map skins. And usually by default, I have sounds from the map disabled. So what exactly does this mean? Well, if you're someone who plays maps without video, without the default skins built in, and without hit sounds that come with the actual song files itself, you have a ton of extra files on your PC that you can get rid of for absolutely no cost, and you could probably gain a bit of performance if you're running low on disk space. This is especially true if you head across to your song list and you have tens of thousands of songs in here. I actually have a total of 13,758 beat maps over probably 3,000 or 4,000 songs. So I'll go ahead and close out of Osu to show you this useful tool. Basically, my Osu directory was getting so big that I had to move it off of my SSD and place it on an external disk. How did I do that? Well, I basically created a Symlink from here, which has all the songs and data inside of them back to the original Osu folder, just so that all of this junk isn't stored on the same SSD as the actual game itself, allowing the game to perform at maximum performance, and of course have all of these files on a separate disk. I'll give this a hot minute to go through and scan. And there we go, it's finally done scanning through everything, and as you can see, it's 33.1 gigabytes over 110,000 files. These are all images, skins, songs, etc, etc. So let's go ahead and trim this down. Basically, you can remove unused elements that you're not actually going to touch in game. You'll see in just a moment. So unfortunately, for the continuity of this video, it's now been ruined, as it's 2 days since I recorded this video originally. However, it's very important and exciting for you. Basically, this project was created and abandoned 2 years ago, going on 3. But of course, because I liked the idea of it, it was mostly complete, I decided to go ahead and finish it off and not only reskin it, but improve it tenfold. So that's exactly what I've done. Because the software is open source, it's really easy to go ahead and edit and improve it however you want. And also because it's open source, you're able to change it to how you like. This is the original GitHub page over here for Osu-cleaner from Hentix. However, I went through the effort of basically updating the entire thing, making it 10,000 times better. Instead of this one, last released November 6th, 2018, you'll find this one linked in the description down below. TcNo-osu-cleaner, of course released 9 minutes ago, January 2021. Not only does it feature a fully redesigned dark mode display, but of course it doesn't freeze when you're actually using it. It finds far more files than the previous version, including uncommon and leftover files, and is just all around much better. While you can go ahead and use the original, I much rather suggest that you use this one over here by simply clicking the download latest button or clicking the latest release on the right hand side. I'll use the download latest button, then scroll down to the bottom of this post and click TcNo-osu-cleaner.zip. From here, all you have to do is open up the zip and extract it to a folder, such as a folder on your desktop. I'll make one here. Osu-cleaner. Now, of course, this is a piece of software that you only really run once, so when you're done with it, you're probably going to end up deleting it. That's fine, just make sure you have it bookmarked for some stage in the future. Now, of course, because it isn't commonly downloaded, I'll click the arrow and then keep. After it's opened up, I'll simply select everything inside of the zip and move it across to the folder. Then I can run TcNo-osu-cleaner.exe, and this is the interface over here. How does this work? Well, it's very simple. At the very top, you should see your Osu directory. If this isn't correct, simply find the Osu icon either on your start menu or on your desktop, right-click it, then click Open File Location, or if you're on your Start menu, right-click More, Open File Location. Then on the shortcut, once again, right-click Open File Location. Now we're inside of C Users TcNo App Data Local Osu. This of course will be slightly different for you, but this is where your game is located. Simply just make sure that the path at the top over here matches that folder, or click Browse and navigate across there yourself. Once you're done with that, we can start this very simple process. First of all, before we begin, what do you actually use in-game and what do you never use? Over here, we're going to select the things that we never use and we're fine purging from our hard disks, saving us tons of space and thousands of files. This will leave the actual songs and beat maps intact, but if you have your own skin on all the time, for example, you can delete the thousands of circle icons that come with each and every song pack. You can do that by simply checking skin elements. That simply gets rid of all of the circles and everything else that come with the song itself if you never use that anyway, and you have your own custom skin. Now, of course, I personally use the skin in the game, and I never use any of the circles that come with any of the songs, as they can often be very difficult to see, especially with my own settings. So I never have it on, and I'm more than happy to delete all of these elements. If you're one who downloaded songs with videos before, but now you dislike them, you can click videos to delete all of your videos from every single song, leaving the game with just a static background. Don't like the background? You can use the one with your skin by clicking backgrounds. Hit sounds, same thing. I have custom hit sounds with my skin pack. Storyboard elements, I don't have any of these on usually, but sometimes the storyboard can be quite nice, so I leave that there. Then finally, leftover files being thumbs.db, desktop.ini, and ds store files are all created by Windows or Mac and are just sort of left over in different folders that actually serve no purpose. While they are very tiny, they're usually invisible and don't do anything other than just appear as another file on your hard disk. After selecting the files that you're literally never going to use again, click the Find icon right below the Clean icon. This will go ahead and search through every single song in your songs directory and total at the very bottom how much space you can expect to save by deleting all of these if you wanted to. Now, of course, I for one never use any of these elements, being skin elements or hit sounds, but I would keep backgrounds and videos. Just for this video's example, I've gone ahead and added a whole bunch of songs that I'm more than happy to delete and then re-add afterwards to get the video backgrounds and the rest. That being said, if you are going to use this tool and you like certain maps with skins or whatever comes with them, but you choose to delete them from the rest of your songs, you'll have to re-download those songs afterwards, such as the Jagger Bomb song, where I do like the way that the cursor looks, the circles look, the sliders look, and of course the hit sounds. Why? Well, because it's a themed map and everything goes well together. This would get rid of all of those custom elements, so you'd have to re-download that map and reinstall it. While it is very simple, if you have hundreds of these kinds of things, you'd want to make sure that all of them are unchecked on this list over here. As you can see, when I click on them, they turn pink and the square is filled in next to them. I'll simply click Select All as I'm comfortable getting rid of all of these files. Let's say that we'd like to keep one from a certain song. You can simply find it on the list by looking for the number over here, followed by the song's name. Then you can uncheck all of the different files that you like to keep. It's super simple. Unlike the original software, you can also right-click on a file to open file, open folder, or copy file path. This way, you'll know exactly what file you're messing with, and you can preview it before you even get to deleting it. Now that I'm happy deleting all of these, at the very bottom, before I click delete, I can choose to delete permanently instead of moving to recycle bin, or uncheck this, but instead of doing either of these, I'll simply click move to cleaned instead of removing. This will make a new folder inside of my Osu folder and put all of these files in there just in case I'd like to bring one of them back. I can go ahead and delete it at a later time. Now, while I would recommend deleting these, I am going to leave this checked just so you can see what happens. After clicking move, it'll start running through all of these files, moving them from one directory to another, or if you had delete selected, it'll start deleting all of these files one after the other, and you'll see exactly how much space is being taken up by the rest of these remaining files. Now, of course, this will take some time to complete, so be ready to wait a while, depending on how many files and how much space you're going to be purging. And there we go. Now that it's complete, we can go ahead and click the See Files button. That'll open up our clean folder. Inside of here, you'll see all of the songs that it took files from, and opening them up, you'll see the background images, sounds, videos, etc. inside of them. If we go back a folder, we have our songs directory over here that has all of these files inside of it that have simply had these files removed from it and put across in a separate file. Now, of course, while I have recorded this video twice, my original songs directory is over here with an underscore because it's symlinked to a different drive. This file over here contains 50 gigabytes worth of songs and videos. Copying that would be very annoying as there's over 100,000 files. So this one over here has a couple of song files inside of it compared to my main folder. Anyway, regardless of that, my original file size was around 50 gigabytes and I saved about 4.2 gigabytes, or maybe it was 40 gigabytes and 4.2. Either way, I ended up saving about 12 or 13% of my hard disk space purely by getting rid of only the hit sounds and the skin elements. So what does that mean? Well, only the pictures of circles, sliders, etc. and the sounds that it makes hitting those. Out of the 100,000 files, it got rid of about 30,000 of them and saved me 4 gigabytes of space, which is massive. Of course, yours will vary quite dramatically depending on what you have on your PC and what you're getting rid of. Anyways, because I chose to move it, I'll be deleting this clean folder over here, and later on I'll be restoring it with my original song folder, as that is much larger. In fact, I'll do that now. I'll delete the songs folder, and then rename this other one so it comes back to the normal. There we go. Now if I were to run this tool again and select say skin elements and hit sounds, you'll see that there's not too many inside of my 50 gigabytes worth of songs because I've already removed most of them. Now you understand why I had that second directory. But if I were to select the rest of these, you'd see just how big this folder is. It's incredibly slow and will take a very long time to run and a slightly shorter amount of time to delete or move everything. Now, of course, because I updated and changed this project completely to my own thing, there are of course a couple of links to my own projects, and of course this projects page where you can go ahead and check for updates. This version over here that I'm showcasing is version 2.1, where version 1 was the original by Hentix. So keep your eyes open on the GitHub page for updates, as there won't be an automatic update pop-up. Though of course that may be something that I add in the future. I'm not too entirely sure because this is completely a sort of once-off piece of software that you'll run, delete, and then forget about until the next time you decide to do it. But anyways, that's about it for here. I'd highly recommend you give the software a download, and if you're not actually going to delete anything, just check your directory to see how much you could possibly be saving if you chose to. But anyways, that's about it for this video. Hopefully you found something useful in it. My name's been TcNo here for Troubleshoot, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao!